Hi, welcome to the Heavy Hitters Podcast, Episode 2. I'm Matt Cline, and I'm your host. The podcast is brought to you by successincline.com. And today we have on the mic Bradley Bashand.
What up, what up, what
What's
up?
up, Bradley?
What's up, Matt? How we doing?
Good. So me and Bradley go way back, man. It started out we went to daycare together. His mom was actually the babysitter. She was hustling. She had like
lived at my
20
house.
kids. And lived at his house, But we used to have these like fishing competitions, and I would beat him every time. But this past summer, I decided to take my family on a deep sea charter, flats, right? And we wanted to catch something big. So we were going for tarpon. So I invited Bradley. I'm like, yeah, man, come on. Well, Bradley ends up catching all the fish. He caught a monster snook, and he hooked a 6 or 7 foot hammerhead.
Yeah.
And we were ticked. So Bradley had to stop fishing. It was he was making my family pretty mad.
Dude, after that hammerhead, I was done.
That thing was a monster, man. I mean, the adrenaline rush to get something that big on the pole is through the roof. I wouldn't know though, because I didn't get one. So
True.
Bradley could tell you about that.
We'll go again. We'll go again this summer.
Yeah, we're gonna go again probably in June. If you're in town when I'm in town.
Yeah.
So Bradley's from where is it? Newport Richey, Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bradley's from Newport Richey, Florida. My dad lives in Newport Richey as well. So I just usually say like Clearwater area, Tarpon Springs. But that's where I grew up.
I tell everybody Tampa.
Tampa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would make sense. That's where I grew up. So for most of my life, I spent time in Florida, and it's just just a lot of memories back there. But so me and Bradley have been good friends for a very long time, and even still today. So that's pretty cool. But so here's some stuff about Bradley. I just wanted to go over.
Oh, here we go.
So he's really, really humble. So he doesn't really like to brag about anything, but he has an athletic background, which I feel is really important, but I'm really biased. Swimming and track in high school?
Yeah.
Down in the 727. Yeah, he has a wonderful mother, and one thing about his mom, man, she always has food. Always. She's like the ultimate mother, and I keep telling her, like, you need to write a book on parenting. And she needs to take me up on that.
The more I see and the more I see how people are messed up by their parents, she did a great job, dude. I'm so
Yeah, she really did.
Not mentally screwed up because of her. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, no, she truly has done a great job, and I mean that full-heartedly.
Yeah.
But she always has food, man. I went down there twice last summer, and they said, "Did you want something to eat?" They had what? Would you have wings? And that wasn't even dessert. She had ice cream and everything else. There was wings, fries, all the unhealthy good stuff.
And I'm amazed that we're not more fat. Like everybody in that house should be crazy obese, but they're not for some reason. And it's not because they work out. Like nobody works out. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, that is. And you guys have like 3 different types of milk at home. But anyways, so
You're
you can
obsessed
select
with this food thing. That not all the
2%.
listeners grew up not having food to eat.
Oh, there goes that
Throw
pen.
Throw it.
Throw that pen. But anyways, yeah. No, food is important to me. You know that, Bradley. People that know the backstory, they'd realize that. But another thing about Bradley is he's really humble, so he'll never talk about this. You won't find this on his social media, nothing like that. But he actually aced the ACT in high school. I tried and I got a 17 and had to redo it. So to ace it, man, I got a lot of respect for that. That's crazy. If anyone ever took the ACT, they know exactly what we're talking about. I hate tests, and I don't know how you did it, man. That's got to hold some type of weight. But he did go to West Point. He did go to West Point, and he became an Army Ranger after all the phases. I know that's no joke. You were part of the Army triathlon team, right?
Yeah. So at West Point, I was on the tri team for 4 years, and I was the captain my senior year.
So, oh man, dude, those triathletes, man, I have ultimate respect because it's ungodly what they do. I mean, what'd you guys do? Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, so we mostly did Olympic distance, but what's probably more interesting to talk about is we would do 2 half Ironmans a year, and a half Ironman is a 1.2 mile swim, takes about 20 to 25 minutes, and then
I would have drowned.
It's yeah, right. And then a
I would have
56
drowned.
mile bike, which takes around 2.5 hours or so, and then a half marathon, which it depends on how fast you'd run it. I ran mine consistently around an hour 30 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, and that's all in one. Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But obviously, just from talking about that, you can definitely see that there's a high level of mental toughness just in Bradley, and I think that's one of his best attributes.
I'm just deranged.
Um, he's crazy. He's absolutely crazy. But yeah, so hey, tell him about what you got going on right now. Well, first off, Bradley's he's in phase one right now, so he's a little early. But what he's doing right now, I think's really it's pretty crazy. And businesses and everybody else, they need to hear about this.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Bradley. Tell them what you're doing.
So what I'm doing, I'm really doing a couple things, but I'm assuming you want me to tell them about the coconut oil stuff.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so the I started an LLC probably 3 months ago now, with the intention of selling coconut oil. So I found the idea just kind of like struck, like everybody's got ideas for businesses and stuff, and I find myself in that camp. So I'm just like going through business ideas as time goes on. I'd always wanted to do something entrepreneurial, and the idea of coconut oil came up. I found a good supplier at a good price. I figured I could price it to make a good margin on it. Um, and then basically I started buying it in bulk, bottling it myself, and then slapping my own label on it, basically, and selling it in a Shopify store. And
Hmm.
what I've kind of realized, and what I realized that made me kind of like take the jump and start doing it, is that you can sell anything if it's behind the right logo and if you build a community around that logo. So I
true.
guess
Yep.
I guess what I mean is that the not that the product can suck, because it really can't suck. Like, if it's terrible, nobody's going to buy it. Or like, if people do get tricked into buying it, they're never going to buy from you again. So your product has to be like legitimately good, and it has to do what you sell it to do. Luckily, I found a really good supplier, and the stuff is actually. Have I sent you any of it, Matt?
You did not, man.
Yeah, it's. I'm sorry. Send me your address after this, and I'll send you a bottle. It's actually amazing. But so like you have to walk the walk. You can't just talk the talk. But a lot of
Yeah.
things that people get hung up on, I realize, are really kind of irrelevant. So like, great example. What are you going to name it? I feel like a lot of people spend a lot of time figuring out, oh, what am I going to name my company? It's going to be so important.
Right.
Or like, what am I going
Right.
to make my social media handles? Like, it doesn't matter. Just make a decision and go. Like, I literally went on. Shopify has a name generator. Literally
Yes,
went
they
on.
do.
I went on, typed in Coco, because I knew I wanted to do something like Coco, and it popped up Recoco. Boom, first result, did it. Like, Recoco LLC, too easy.
Wow. Yeah.
So
So that's
yeah,
so talk about labeling it though. I saw your label and it looks really good. Where can they find it at?
RecocoLLC.com. It's ReCocoLLC.com. So as far as the label goes, I mean, it's kind of hard for me to describe how I came up with it, because it was just kind of like, well, that looks good. Like, the the logo itself, I paid a graphic designer. I kind of had a little bit of an idea, like something, like coconut related, obviously,
Right.
and just paid a graphic designer on Fiverr through the app. Did it on
Yeah.
my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, paid
Yep.
$20. He made me a couple different versions of the logo. I chose the one I wanted, and that was that. And I just made sure that I got the transparent PNG file so I could slap it on whatever I wanted. And then I went on Canva. Have you used Canva, Matt?
No, I've heard a lot of great things about it though.
Yeah,
I
it's
plan
good.
on using it real soon.
It's good. So because you don't have Photoshop, do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Sadly.
So I use Canva like religiously, before. So now I have Photoshop. I kind of caved and bought the whole Adobe suite. It's pretty expensive, but it's been worth it so far. Like, Photoshop is
Good.
really powerful. Um, but Canva is a great resource if you're just getting started. Um, I think it's like you're probably gonna want to pay the $10 a month for the premium membership because then you can download transparent PNG files, which
Oh,
are
yeah.
important if you're making
They are
like
important.
labels. Or if you're making another thing is Snapchat filters. Like you need transparent PNGs for Snapchat filters too. So,
Wow. Yeah, so the labeling wasn't too bad. And what website did you use, Tom?
bulkapothecary.com. So I did Bulk Apothecary. I used their label printing service the first time. Their labels were kind of crap. That's where I get the coconut oil too, by the way. And the labels were kind of crap. And so I went with Sticker Mule for the second printing. And the
Yes.
Sticker Mule labels are on point, man. Like they do like 300 DPI or something like that, which is like it's something like dots per inch or something like that.
Oh,
And you
shoot.
and you
Okay.
get like there's some really small lettering on mine, and you can read it perfectly.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, I would highly recommend Sticker Mule to anybody doing like any type of stickers, obviously like labeling, and they're pretty cheap. I'd pay like I think I bought 150 labels and maybe paid like 25 cents each for them. So
Okay.
not terrible.
Yeah, and where'd you get this idea from?
I don't even know where I got this idea from, man. It was like random. I just was like, huh. I think I heard somebody say something about it, and then I kind of looked into it. I was like, huh, what do you use coconut oil for? Then I realized like a lot of girls use it for their hair, especially
Right. Right.
ethnic people, because their hair is super thick. They use it
Yeah.
to like get it untangled and stuff. Um, and so it's kind of on trend right now. Like you go into a room of girls and mention the word coconut oil, and I'll be like, "What?"
Absolutely.
You know,
And I didn't believe him until I tried it.
dude, it's pretty
Seriously.
dope. I like it honestly. Like I put a little in my hair every day.
Yeah, so if you don't know what to say and you walk into a room full of girls, just start talking about coconut oil,
Exactly. Yeah.
and just you can. Oh, there was like they just start pouring in. Oh yeah, I use it on my hair or my skin, or
Oh yeah.
I cook with it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I said I didn't even know anything about coconut oil before he told me about it. So it's
Yeah.
just like wow,
Yeah.
that's really
Man.
interesting.
Yeah. Exciting.
But yeah, that. What'd you think about that Shopify article?
Dude, that's literally so that is the reason I started the company is because so you definitely got to put that in the show notes because there's a Shopify article about how
Yeah.
guys made a matcha company, uh,
Right.
something in like 12 days or something like that.
It was
Uh,
so I did print out the article a little bit so I could talk about it.
yeah, good.
I sent this to like three or four people just in my circle, and Bradley was one of them. But it was really how much content was in that article.
Dude, it literally is a step-by-step guide on how to create a Shopify business. Like
It's ridiculous,
straight up. It has
and I don't even
it has every step.
every single step. And I'm not a huge like reader, right? I don't like reading that much unless it's a really good book.
It's concise,
But
so it's quick.
yeah, it's about what 10
Yeah,
minute read.
yeah, if that.
But it keeps you drawn in, and it doesn't really get boring. It makes you want to start selling something after you're done reading it. So,
Yeah.
but it's called "How We Built an E-commerce Business from Scratch
Mm-hmm.
and Generated $922.16 in revenue in 3 days."
Yeah.
So, and it's a Shopify exclusive article. So, just Google that, and yeah, you guys can. And I'll put it below on YouTube. I'll put it below in the description. But yeah, it was really cool. They did a $500 startup, and they were thinking like, what should we sell? So what they did was, and it talks about it in the article, but they used Google Trends.
Mm-hmm.
So they found out what was trending, and theirs was what, matcha tea.
Yep. Yep. So matcha is a powder that you can put in
Matcha.
water and it makes green tea, basically.
It looks terrible. Like they show you all the photos
No,
and
it's
everything. It
great.
looks awful.
No, it's awesome. I love matcha, especially in ice cream, man.
But yeah, they saw that there's a lot of interest in Canada and the U.S. and really Australia too. I don't know why, but so they took that and ran with it. So that was pretty cool just to read the article on that. And then they found a drop shipper, somebody that's going to ship it out for them when they have a sale, and they don't have to really do anything besides market it. So they decided to, and also they found a pricing point. So they decided on $24.99, which was interesting to me because it was ranging from $15 to $30. So it's not always about having the cheapest product. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's about really building that brand. And um, $24, that's on the high end, but they're starting to develop the brand. The cost on the tee was $10.25. That's with the drop shipper.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a 60% profit margin, which was pretty good. And then they talked just what Bradley just said. They talked about making the product, the name, and using the generator, and then the labels as well. So definitely check that article out. They also talked about the sales channels and the market strategies. So that was pretty cool. Product hunt, which you probably need to check out if you have a product, but basically just gets people talking. And they had 900 visitors to their thread, which came into 12 sales. So yeah, definitely read the article, and it'll really get you thinking and get your brain going for sure. But yeah, Bradley. So go ahead and talk about. I know you're in the early phases, but talk about your IG, man.
Talking
What you're
about,
doing on IG
oh yeah,
with
so
the oil.
yeah, so as a company that's like obviously really strapped for cash, I'm just using my own savings to run it essentially. I've experimented with Facebook ads, and I understand that Facebook video really crushes it. I'm just not that good at video yet. I'm learning. I'm just not
Mm-hmm.
quite there. So the return on investment for Facebook ads and Instagram ads has been pretty minimal. I've just done static image ads. So what I kind of forayed into and really latched onto was Instagram influencer marketing. So
Yep.
what I'm doing is I'm hitting up influencers on Instagram, um, pretty much all women because that's my target demo. With between, I've gone as low as like 800 followers, and I've gone as high as like 500K followers. And I'm literally just going one by one, typing out. I'm not copy and pasting because Instagram will like disable your DM if you copy and paste the message because it'll see you as
That's important.
yeah. So you literally, it sucks, but you have
Wow.
to type in every single one. It takes a long time.
Dang.
I've probably hit up like 200 people by now, but I'll type in like, "Hey, love your Instagram." Actually, I'll give you a good tactic here. If you're trying to hit up an influencer on Instagram, then you should write this down. The first line is what they're gonna see. So the first line of the most recent message is what they see. So if you write,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, got something for you," heart, and then and then return, and then your
Oh, that's
message,
good.
then all they're gonna see is, "Hey, got something for you." That's a better
Yeah.
attention getter than "I love your Instagram," which I realized
Right.
later on. Actually, that credit goes to Gary Vee for that. I got that from him. But
No, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
no, it is. Yeah, that's like a really good little tactic. And since I've started using it, my like rate of return, you could say, on that has gone up. Um,
Wow.
so I'm hitting them up, offering to send them product for free. Like that's the thing is, I'm literally giving it away, and I'm giving them the option. So I'm not saying like, "Hey, you're obligated to post for me if I send you this." I'm saying if you love it, again, I'm kind of putting the the onus is then on the product. It's like if they like it or not, then and they're
Right.
gonna like it because there's no way
Yeah.
not to like it. It's, one, it smells delicious. Like you just can't screw it up. Um, so I'm like, hey, if you like it, we'll team up. I'll give you a discount code, and then I'll give you kickbacks on sales. Unfortunately, I haven't given any kickbacks on sales because there's only been uh, one sale so far, and it's been from my girlfriend. She doesn't get kickbacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
You're
Ashley.
definitely on the ground running, but how many? You're sending out a crap ton of product. How many influencers did you reach?
I would have to go and count, but
40?
I'm probably in the 80s right now.
80s.
Yeah. So
80s.
the total
Wow.
reach as far as potential audience is around. I need to do the math because I sent out a little bit more today, and there was a big one today.
Exactly.
But it's
Yep.
probably around 1.6 million.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So not necessarily all of them will see it per se, and certainly not all of them will buy it. But that's a lot better. And you got to my investment per influencer is only around $5 for the product and $4 for shipping. So it's about
Yeah.
nine per. So you got to.
Wow.
I'm only out around $800 right now, and I've hit a lot more eyeballs with a lot more. And that's the other thing is when these people post about my product, it's a lot stronger of a reaction than if it's just a Facebook ad. And another thing is, if they post about it, I check those comments on their posts every day, and with my like Recoco account, and
Right.
there's a comment like, "Hey, I'd love to try this." I'll get in, I'll like the comment,
Adam.
I'll reply like, "Hey, would love for you to try it. Be sure you use the discount code. Like DM me if you have any questions." You know.
Right. Wow.
And another thing is
Yes.
finding other influencers in the comments. You know what I mean? And then that's easy.
Wow.
That's like, "Hey, saw you want to try it. Would love to send it to you for free. You know, if you love it, we'll team up, blah, blah, blah." And then they're like, "Oh, of course. Yeah." You know, because they
True.
open the door.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but sending your product to an Instagram influencer that has, 40,000 followers for $9. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't beat that, man.
No.
People
No.
people have to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
If you're not
Well,
doing that and you actually have a product,
I'm
what are you
okay.
doing?
You know, Matt, I'm okay with people not taking advantage of it, because the longer they don't, the longer I'm going to be able to. You know, like this isn't going to be around
Amen.
forever. So this is why I
Amen.
literally,
Yeah.
I did a little bit of a strategizing session earlier today, and I'm doing some new product development that I'm pretty excited about. I'm adding essential oils now, and I found some essential oils that are edible. So that's going to be dope. So it's going to still be edible and it'll have essential oils in it. I'm pumped. But
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, I have no
yeah.
clue about this market, and some of the guys listening are probably going to be like, "What?" But for girls, man, it's cash money. It's so money, man.
Oh yeah. Coconut plus
Golly.
essential oils, get out of here. But back to the influencer marketing thing and people not doing it. I'm totally okay with people not doing it. Like,
Right.
this means that the underpricing is going to stay longer, and I'm going to be
Right.
able to sell more shit in the long run. Oh, you can bleep that. There you go. I'm going to be able to sell more stuff in the long run, because people just aren't doing it. It's going to be underpriced. I think that Instagram influencer marketing is more under. I would disagree with Gary Vaynerchuk on this. I think Instagram influencer marketing in some markets is more underpriced than Facebook ads.
Right. Yeah, in some markets, I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, if you have the right product, I think Instagram definitely is.
Yeah.
It's one of the tops to hit.
Yeah, and he said something really that I really latched onto the other day. He was like, the people who do not take advantage of the direct message in Instagram before, because they're gonna regulate it. Like the amount of people who are now hitting up Instagram influencers to send them their stuff is going up every day. So eventually Instagram is going to have to get on top of it, because like he always says, marketers ruin everything. They're going to ruin Instagram. They're going to ruin Facebook. You know, they already ruined email, so
that's true.
They ruined TV.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, they ruined TV for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and to go back on Fiverr. So for a lot of people that don't know or have never heard of Fiverr, it's a great little site, man.
It is.
You can.
Yeah.
It's basically structured for a $5 service.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I sold a lot of advertisements. I think 2 years back on Fiverr. So people pay $5, and you deliver your service, and they have all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So even for graphic or logo design,
Mm-hmm.
there's plenty of people. $5 is like the start, and then you can get up to 20, I think $30. But they give you so much, and it's easy. It's done in 24 hours or 48 hours.
Yeah.
It's
Really
awesome.
fast turnaround.
It's great.
Yeah.
And they even have, on a side note, so like, let's say you have a business. They have buses in like England or something, and it's all computer graphics, but they put your logo on the side of a bus, and it's basically like a little commercial. So people, fake it till you make it, right?
That's so
So people think, you're advertising in London, but it's legit, man. It's pretty sweet. You're going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, the influencers, man, that's huge. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to hear, when it starts translating to sales, because you're still shipping stuff to them. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, so definitely, man. Let's talk about personal branding. What are you doing, man?
So I've kind of started my vlog. It's kind of like a soft launch kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just kind of started doing it. Like, I realized that I had wanted to do it for a while, and I was really procrastinating on it. So I just kind of like sat down one day and was like, screw it, I'm doing it. Actually, what really pushed me over the edge was, if you want to look this up, Daily V 175 is in my opinion by far the best Daily V that they've put out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's money,
Good.
dude. Um,
I'm gonna have to watch that.
and at that point, I was like, man, I need to start doing this. So I did, and I just kind of filmed it all on my iPhone and cut it together in iMovie, and it was terrible, but I did it.
It really wasn't too bad. I've actually seen worse. So
Yeah,
I was like, okay,
yeah,
it's really not bad. And with smartphones getting the way they are, like I just got the 7, and it's incredible, man.
yeah.
You
You
know,
got the 7?
yeah, they have iMovie already on there,
Yeah,
and I was just like, what?
yep. Yeah.
Wow.
So I,
So editing videos on your phone and posting them to YouTube and other stuff is just like wow.
yeah.
So who knows what's gonna happen next? Um, but yeah, so let's talk about branding, man. I know you're vlogging and doing a bunch of stuff, but you look at guys like Conor McGregor. People. That's the thing. If you create noise, just like they said in Ice Cube, NWA.
hmm
Bad publicity is what. So it's all good publicity. What about the Big Baller brand? Have you heard about that?
The what?
The Big Baller brand.
No.
So it's all over ESPN right now. This is the sports side. Lorenzo Ball is arguably like the best player in the draft, or definitely top two, and he really wants to go to the Lakers. Uh, but the Celtics have the first pick. Anyways, his dad is just, dude, he's all over the place, man. I mean, you'll have to look a little into it, but his dad is like all over the media saying, "No, my son's not going to the Celtics. He's going to the Lakers. I'm not going to work out for any other team besides the Lakers." And oh, dude, his dad's just a huge personality, and he's developed his own brand. It's called the Big Baller
Uh,
brand. His dad's a former NBA player, from my
oh,
understanding, but they create. I say all that to say this: they created shoes
oh, okay.
called the Big Baller brand or Big
That's cool.
Baller shoes, and they're $495
Nice, dude.
dollars.
Awesome. Good for them. I'm sure they're selling them.
Yeah,
the thing,
he sold 400 to 500 pairs. He
yep.
said
The thing about creating a
so.
personal brand in 2017 is with having. Oh, I was looking for my phone. I'm looking right at it. With everyone having smartphones and the internet and social medias on the back of the internet, you basically are a media company. If you think about what a media company has always been, it's they own the ability to produce, so like the camera equipment, they own the ability to like cut it, like edit together and produce the actual video, and then they own the distribution. You now own all three of those things. You have an iPhone with a camera,
That's
you
true.
might have like a MacBook or something with like Premiere Pro or even just iMovie, and you have the internet and social media, which is like organic distribution, or you have paid distribution. You can even pay now to distribute your stuff via Facebook, like dark post, like Facebook ads, Instagram ads.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. All day long.
yeah. So there's really just no reason not to now. Like the gatekeepers are gone. You can do whatever you want, and then if you're good, you'll succeed. If and that's the thing is like a lot of people just aren't good enough. Like either they're not good looking enough, or they're not talented enough, or they're not smart enough. Like and people are gonna realize that. And another thing is I don't know if it's a talent. No, I would say it's a skill that is developable, but it is a skill nonetheless to be able to sit in front of a camera and have yourself be recorded and not be self-conscious about it. You know what I mean? Some people
Yeah.
can't do it,
True.
man. Some people like are crippled by fear of what other people think when they try to put their shit out there.
Right.
There you go. You can me again.
Right. No, and that's the problem, man. That's the biggest problem in society right now, I believe.
People being crippled by what other people think. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I just wrote a blog post on it. I haven't posted it yet, but dude, it's the power of thoughts,
Yes.
and oh, I can't wait to post it, man. I might even talk a little bit about it on the
Yeah.
podcast, but it's sickening, man. And you find that the alpha male or the most successful people aren't necessarily self conscious of what people
They're not at
think.
all. They can't be. You can't be because you.
No.
So okay, no, you can't be. But at the same time, you also have to be. You can't be like blind to it. You have to understand what other people think and kind of have that in the back of your mind. But you also, if you want to be really successful, and you also have to be like, look, I understand that they feel that way. I don't care, you know.
Right.
But there are times to care, you know, like you have to ground, you have to go back and get some feedback sometimes. Like that's valuable, you know, because if you get too far off, then you become Kanye West, you know, and people. But then again, Kanye West sells a lot of Yeezys, so
He makes the
yeah.
sale, man. Yeah, I don't know. Did you see my Snapchat the other day?
About
Going to McDonald's.
wait, where you were hitting on the
Ordered.
when you were hitting on the lady at the window?
Nah, man, that lady was hitting on me. She's old enough to be my grandma. She tells me I look good. I'm like,
That's
oh, I didn't know what to
yeah.
think, man. I was just trying to. I ordered 6 McDoubles for some of the. I went to the middle school. I'm in the Big Brother Big Sister program, and I ordered 6 McDoubles, and I don't know, man. I was just having some fun with the spectacles, and that's probably against all privacy stuff. But
Dude,
anyways,
privacy,
I
that's another thing
recorded
we can
her.
talk about. Privacy is gone. There is no such thing as
Yeah,
privacy. If you say that you want to have privacy, delete your Facebook, delete your Instagram, delete your Snapchat, and then I'll believe.
true. All
Yeah,
social media.
delete all your social
Yep.
media, then I'll believe you that you want to have privacy, and I'll leave you if you're not on
Yeah,
social
and
media.
and don't even come out the
Don't
house.
out
Just
the
just stay
house.
there.
Yeah, you don't.
Amazon pantry. Just
Amazon
order your
pantry,
groceries.
Walmart. Dude, my mom had Walmart groceries delivered while I was home this weekend.
No,
No,
she
yes,
didn't.
she did.
Are you
No, I'm
kidding
not
me?
kidding. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
What's the delivery charge on that? I didn't
I
even know
think
they
it's free.
delivered.
If you buy
No.
enough, I think it's free. Yeah,
Holy crap.
because they just
Wow.
store it
I
in a
can't wait to get
warehouse.
down there.
You know, they don't have to pay employees.
True. True. Wow. I can't wait to get down there then. And maybe she can order me some ice cream.
Shorty used goldfish and some nipple wafers.
Oh. Oh shoot, man. Um, yeah, no, that's crazy. But yeah, I think it's about the personal brand. I tried to be funny. I don't think I'm funny at all, but
Me.
it's whatever. It's about the content that you're producing and what you're putting out there. Like I said on the first podcast, man, it's about developing your brand and what you post about every day. That's really what people know you as. You know, if you're depressed all the time and you're tweeting all this stuff or posting it on Facebook, then people just know you're depressed. If you're doing really good and you have all these successes, then that's what people know you as. They're seeing all my Nike shoes and everything. They know me. They know I'm hustling, man. They know I'm selling something. So that's what I want. So it's just about what content you're
Yeah.
producing, and yeah, you're all over the place, man. You got all kinds of stuff going on. So
Another big thing, Matt.
with your vlog
Are
and
you posting
yeah,
your blog posts on Medium.com? You need to.
no, Medium is so good though, man. I gotta switch over.
So you should do both.
I
You
gotta
should do
switch
both
over.
because you like if you're writing on a
Okay.
blog, just copy and paste it into a Medium post. You know, if you have any
Yeah.
Dragon
What
Ball,
about
what's
Reddit?
up?
That's true. What about Reddit?
Reddit. I mean, you can Reddit. More of a
That's more
forum.
stories, right?
What's up?
It's more of like
It's a
stories and
forum.
stuff.
There is a lot of interaction on Reddit, and it's a tight community. Like if you're big on Reddit, like those people will kill for you, but don't mess with the Reddit community. Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, Reddit's
They'll come
weird.
find you.
I mean, it's probably worth posting there. You know, if people like your stuff, they'll get onto it. But what I was gonna say is, I really liked what you were saying about building your personal brand and how, like what I always say to people is, if you're not loud, someone else will be loud for you. Um, you like
That's good.
in the age of the internet in the year 2017, your destiny is in your own hands. There's no you can't blame
True.
it on the man. There's no man keeping you down. The gatekeepers are gone, guys. Like
Yep.
it's not like Donald Trump is not keeping you down. Like old white dudes are not keeping you down. And like if someone who looks like you has ever done it, you can do it.
You can do it, right? And that's the thing for women, man.
Yeah.
Those days are gone. I can't do it because I'm a woman.
Not to be blunt
you can
or
do anything.
crass, but Oprah Winfrey is an overweight black woman. Like, there's just no excuse.
Yeah.
Like, love you, Oprah, if you're listening. Sorry, it's okay that you're overweight. I'm not judging you. But really,
Yeah, no, Oprah's got this crazy story
yeah.
too, and
yeah, exactly.
anybody can make it from any
Yes.
background. She was pregnant at I think 16 and she lost a baby, but anybody can make it, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy. There's no excuse. The only excuse is what you're doing, and you're holding
Yeah.
yourself back.
And you know what, Matt, is like we can say that like sitting here, but it's also our responsibility and like the people who are getting after it, like it's on us to actually figure out how to communicate that to people. We can't just sit here and say it because like and then just assume people are going to pick it up. Like if we really want to help people, we have to hack how you actually like somebody who's stuck in the victim mindset, like us, the
Right.
people who are not who don't think as victims. We have to hack into that and figure out how to actually get to them. And you know what I'm talking about. You know how you've had some conversation with people where you're
Hmm.
trying to preach to them a little bit and they're just not having it, but then you'll have another conversation where somebody like looks at you and they're like, "Oh, wait a minute, he's actually talking to me. He actually like wants to help me." You know what I mean? I think that getting to that is really important. Getting to that place to where they're actually listening. You know, then
No, no, you're right. Sorry. Stuff's selling, man. My phone keeps
that's
vibrating
awesome.
over here. No, but you're right, man. I mean, that's it too. It's the same concept. Like you go to a psychiatrist, and you got problems. Well, they can tell you how to fix it, but until you tell
Yeah.
yourself, you're not gonna fix it. You got to own up to your own thing. I can give you all the best advice in the world,
Mm-hmm.
but you've got to
Yeah.
do it. And I think with our generation, everybody, they want their moms to do it or this or that. The parents are so like controlling too. Like I want my kid to go to college. They just want the sticker on the back of
Yeah.
their car.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
Exactly. Exactly. Dude,
uh,
speaking
got
from
to break away from
experience,
that.
speaking from experience, college does not prepare you for the real world.
Oh yeah. Hey, no, that's
Okay.
in my questions for you. Hey, we'll get to that. That's a juicy
Yeah.
topic. No, hey, I wanted to dive in though on ranger training, man. All the
Yeah.
phases. So hold on. So the combat water survival, did you do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Is that a
Yeah.
thing?
That's like a day two kind of thing or something like that.
Phase. Oh yeah. So you. So let me get this straight though, and
Yep.
all these people listening. So you walk calmly across a log that's 35 feet above a deep pond.
Yeah. Yeah. So you go up in like this. You go up like a ladder that's on this one pole. Then you get out and you walk across the log, and the log has basically like a triple step. So the log's probably like it's I think it's 12 inches wide. So you kind of have to go
Okay.
foot over
Okay.
foot. You can't walk like you can't really shuffle. You have to like take steps,
Wow.
and then yeah, so you have to step up, up,
Dang.
and then a lot of times they'll make you turn sideways, and like they'll make you like sing the national anthem or something, and then turn back,
Holy crap.
step down, and then walk across.
Holy crap. So how many people just fell
I
straight
didn't
off?
see any. A surprisingly little amount.
No, because they were so calm and
Yeah, because
slow.
people take their time.
Okay.
I mean, it's happened and it happens, but the water's super deep. It's
Dang.
like 30 or 40 feet deep there, so you'll be fine. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah. So they're just testing for fear and
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
So if you freak out, you're out of there. That's what I was
yeah,
reading on at least.
yeah. Supposed to
Wow.
be. Yeah, most people make it through though.
What about the mountain phase though?
Dude,
That's
mount,
probably really what I wanted
it
to
just
touch on.
sucks, man. Like you're just walking around for hours and hours and hours with like the thing that's worst about the mountain phase is your rucks are the heaviest there. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so they weighed one of the
Dang.
rucks. It had like a 50-foot rope in it, the basic packing list, and it was like full on water. It was like 105 pounds. So the rucks range from like 80 like
Wow.
120. So
Wow.
and you just walk forever. Like you'll you'll lose so much weight. Yeah, yeah.
And what do they ration you out too, so you're really
Yeah,
hungry,
you
right?
only get so you get 2 MREs a day. Um, and the thing about it is
Oh,
you usually
MREs.
eat them within like 3 hours of each other because you'll get done like moving at anywhere from midnight to 2 a.m. and then like you'll go to sleep around like maybe 2 a.m. but then wake up is at 5:30 and you have to inventory all your stuff
Wow.
and make sure you have everything. So you
Wow.
eat when you go to bed and then you eat when you wake up. But you're
Oh,
eating your
wow.
whole day's meal within like 3 hours. So and then you just don't eat it all the rest of the day until you're done.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's not fun, but it was good honestly. Like um the amount of the best word, because it's not confidence, but self-efficacy is the best way to describe
Okay.
it. The feeling that
Okay.
you can tackle anything is
Yeah.
indispensable, man. Like,
Wow.
the feeling that I have now about, so like I'm getting out of the army now and going and starting my own business. I'm not getting a job. That would be really daunting for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
just the kind of like mental shift that happened um, upon like finishing Ranger school was just kind of like I don't really have to worry about stuff, like I can just get through it.
Wow. Yeah. And I think mental toughness, man.
Yeah.
It's so important, and we get that. Well, I got that from
Yeah.
athletics. It's keep pushing, and I think, man, it just goes right to hard
Mm-hmm.
work, and just not quitting. And that's the biggest problem is people quit. They quit on everything.
You know what's
And
funny, Matt, is hard work is kind of becoming like in vogue. You know what I mean by that? Like
no,
like
no,
hard work
elaborate
is
that.
like on trend right now. Like it's trendy to work hard or to
Yeah,
hustle, and people
yeah, people want to talk
people
about
talk a
it.
lot about it. It's funny though because I don't feel
Too
like it
many
used to
talkers,
be
man.
like that. I mean, obviously we're young and we haven't seen a lot of trends, but I think that's kind of an
Right.
emerging trend. Is like the hustle is like it's like a trend. You know what I mean?
I'm working
Yeah,
hard.
like I'm over here.
I worked 8 hours, dude. You didn't work
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. Like
Try
no,
try
you sat on your
14.
phone
You
at
know.
work behind the counter at Wendy's. Like, calm down.
I was flipping
Yeah.
burgers, man. No disrespect to
No,
anyone
no,
like
no.
that,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think you're right, dude. Everybody just wants to talk about, yeah, I was working
Well, no
hard, man. I
disrespect, as
was
long as
hustling.
they're not complaining. Like that's another thing. As
Yeah,
long as like if
true.
you're happy, like flipping burgers at Wendy's, like and genuinely, I'm not saying that in a facetious way. Like if you're happy doing that, good, like great.
Yeah,
Like I just
yeah,
hate people who complain because you're in control now.
yeah. No, yeah, you didn't work at I worked at McDonald's, man. I
Yeah,
know how it
yeah,
is, man. It's
yeah.
tough. It's hard, and if you can work 12 hours in a McDonald's shift, you have my respect.
Yeah.
I think I've only did it like twice or three times, but it was like Black Friday, dude. It was nuts. But yeah, it's hard. I get that is hard
Yeah.
work, but if you're complaining, you're right, man. I agree, absolutely. Um, but no, that's crazy. So you're tired, hungry, and was it really cold or
It
what?
got cold towards the end, so I was there for a long time. I had to redo the first phase. I had to redo it twice, and mountains I had to redo once. Um,
Dang.
so it got cold, but it was December by the time I graduated, and I started in July. So it was pretty cold by the
Wow.
end.
Yeah, it was real cold. Anybody get
No,
frostbite or
no, no,
anything?
no.
Um, no, that's crazy, dude. That's just mentality, though. That's crazy. I can't imagine being hungry though. Like I don't think I would physically. I don't think it. I mean, it's gonna be hard, but I think I could do it. But when you start starving me, man, I don't
Yeah,
know. It's different.
yeah. People get real weird.
That's definitely different. Hold on. So yeah, we're gonna take a little break real fast. We'll be back in about 10 seconds. Welcome back to the Heavy Hitters Podcast. Your host Matt Cline, and we're still on the mic with Bradley Bashand.
Yo, yo,
So
yo.
Bradley. So hey man, tell these people about the spectacles because I had it on the first podcast. Hey, I called Bradley. I'm like, dude. I said you gotta buy these. What did he do? He ordered them and he had them in a couple of days. Hey, talk
So of
about your
course I
experience.
listened. Continue.
Hey, he's got it. He's got it. So he listened and
Dude, so meta. This is totally going to be on my story.
yes.
Yes.
So we're live with the spectacles. What I didn't talk about last time was the Snapchat stock.
Yeah. Where
So
is
we'll
it right
talk
now?
about that. I bought at $19 or
Oh, you
something.
did buy.
So yeah. So what happened was before the podcast, I was talking about Snapchat and I was like, yeah, invest. I'm no like investing guru. In fact, I've lost money on the first two stocks I invested in. But with these spectacles, I'm just like, dude, like once people actually start to know about them and learn about them, I'm sure they'll freaking buy them. And people are like, "Oh, dude, they're sunglasses. Why would someone pay $120?" I'm
You
like,
paid the
"Why?"
same for Oakley's.
That's what I said. I said, "Why would you pay $150 for a pair of Oakleys?"
Yeah.
Well, because they
Camera
look
now.
good. And Oakley's they're nice. Oakleys are nice.
Yeah,
Like the quality in them are just fantastic.
yeah,
But the quality with these aren't bad either. I actually like wearing them like for sunglasses.
same.
So yeah, so it's so Bradley got himself a pair. So what's your experiences, man? What have you had?
Uh, nothing like crazy. Today, the lady at the post office, I popped it to get that video, and she was
Get
like,
it?
I turned the sound off because I was like, she was like, "What? Did you turn the light on your glasses?" Because she saw the light, and I was like, "No, actually,
Nice.
this is a video camera in here." She's like, "I'm gonna be in it," and I was like, "No, no, no, you'll be cut out of it." She was just barely in it.
Oh, dude. See, people are like scared now, man. They're so
Yeah, I
scared.
mean, well, honestly, they should be. Like, this is the way of the future. This is just, if you think this is bad, this is just the start.
Yeah, it is.
Just,
It is.
just the tip of the iceberg. Just wait,
Absolutely, man.
just wait, man. Like,
Did you did you
wait
just turn a
until
light
this,
on?
wait until this becomes contact lenses. You know
Oh
what I mean?
God,
Like,
dude,
that's
don't
when
even get me
that's when
started.
stuff gets weird. You know?
That's crazy. No, you're
That's
right,
when
dude.
you
It's
live. That's when some Russian spy is live streaming from a top secret meeting with the president of the United States. You know what I mean?
dude, that's way over my head. No, you're right though. You're right.
Yeah.
With Snapchat stock though, it was about $23-24 a share,
Right.
and then quarter, their
Quarter.
yeah,
Yeah.
their quarter review came
So
out or whatever.
yeah, and it dropped because they lost money, I think, right? But the interesting thing is their user base is still growing.
Yeah,
So that's one interesting thing. The other thing is most people don't understand what the geofilter marketplace is.
right.
There is no competitor for the geofilter marketplace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there isn't. No,
Like
you're right.
like
Well, besides Instagram, they put their location on there in the
but you can't
degrees.
buy it. You know what I
That's
mean?
true. That's
You
true.
can't
Not yet.
be a third party participant. So if they do copy that feature, Snapchat is done unless they like totally pivot into something
They've
else
got to
like
do
this.
something, man.
This
Yeah.
could spectacles could save them,
Yeah.
um, but I don't
Until
know
they
if
copy
they're
it.
going to take over the filter thing. But I would say as long as they are the only ones doing purchasable geofilters and spectacles like this, they still have a huge like. It's going to take 3 years to unwind the amount of traction that Snapchat has gotten. You know what I
True.
mean? Like
Yeah.
Twitter has not changed their you can't edit a tweet. You can't edit a tweet. It's 140 characters and you can't edit it. And Twitter is still around. You know what I mean?
True.
Like
That is true.
you don't have to innovate
You have to
once you have the
delete
user
it.
base. You know what I mean? Like these things
Yeah.
are entrenched in society. There are still people who are like Twitter is growing their user base still. Isn't that amazing?
Are they? Are you
Yeah,
sure?
they
Because
are.
they were on the decline for I know at least 2 quarters.
Yeah, they've ticked up
Um,
though,
wow.
which is crazy.
Well, I sold all my Twitter stock and bought Snapchat instead. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I'm really disappointed in Twitter, and I know Gary always talks about it too. It's
Yeah.
just it's dying. They're falling behind, is what it is, and
Maybe if the thing is Twitter has such a unique role in the social media sphere. If they
mhm,
innovate, they could come back. They could come back in
yeah.
a big way.
Um, with what else was I gonna say on that? Yeah, so the Snapchat, they were disappointed with the 3% growth on Snapchat
Yeah.
for active users daily or whatever. So they were disappointed with that, and I don't know. They expected more, I guess. Last quarter they had 11% or something like that. But I was just like 3%. It's still growing. Like people are disappointed. I'm like, it's not declining. So I'm not. I don't know. I wouldn't sleep on Snapchat to be honest.
Yeah.
So many people are. You know.
Especially seeing how vocal Gary Vee has been about that, he just
Yeah.
keeps over
True.
and over again. Don't lose Snapchat. Don't lose Snapchat. Don't lose Snapchat. Because he is
True.
on. You got to realize he is an angel investor. Like he's on the
Yeah.
board.
Yeah.
Like, he knows the inside shit. You know what I mean?
People have
And
got to
if
stop
you
sleeping on Snapchat
if you
stock.
look at his vlog lately, he's been going to a lot of what he calls like secret meetings. He'll be like top secret meeting with a yellow ghost. Like stuff is coming. You know,
It's
stuff
coming. Yep.
you just can't talk.
Stock price now today it closed at like $20 or $20.30. So it's still rising. I was surprised. It was $18, 18.05. It closed at whatever, and it got all the way up to 20 in like 2 or 3 days. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. But Gary Vaynerchuk, man, I'm telling you, he's gonna turn it around, like you just said.
Yeah. And what people don't realize is So social networks, a lot of people, especially in the investment community, they like to hate on social networks because they are of the opinion that they're not creating real value in a society. They're not solving real problems. But I really take issue with that because they are becoming the like if you were to say that the telephone didn't revolutionize business, you're a fool. If you're going to say that email didn't revolutionize business,
Right.
you're a fool. So what they're not realizing is the functionality that's built into these social networks, essentially the internet itself. Like social networks are the internet. Hey, keep them on, man. If you don't realize the business ramifications of these like new of the internet, essentially, you're gonna be left behind. Like it is creating value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and I wouldn't ever underestimate the value of human interaction. Like the easier it is for humans to interact at higher and higher levels with more and more functions built into there, um, the easier it becomes then to do business because the friction.
Right.
A lot of issues with business is just friction. It's just hard to do things and it costs money to do things. As that goes down and down and down, it's crazy stuff is going to happen. If you
Oh
haven't
yeah.
know what Bitcoin is, look into Bitcoin. And if any of the listeners don't know what Bitcoin is or blockchain, look up Bitcoin and try to understand how it works. Bitcoin will be the next revolutionary change in society. It's going to change everything.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You said that last year or 2 years ago, so I'm still waiting on it. But
Oh no, it's going to take 15. It's going to take 15 to 30 years. You know what I mean?
yeah, I heard Gary Vee was talking about it, and I was like, yeah, we'll see.
It's going to take a long time, but it is coming. There's no.
Well, we got it on video, man. So if you're right, you're right.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, no, I need to definitely do some more research on it. But yeah, we're about to find out.
yeah,
Um, yeah, hey, you bought a geofilter, didn't you?
yeah.
So marketing right there. I don't
Hmm.
think people are taking advantage of that.
No, they're not.
In certain businesses, um,
And the businesses that are doing it, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like I saw some finance company doing it. It's like, dude, it doesn't make sense for you to buy a geofilter.
they
Like,
just got money.
like they're just spending money,
They're
stupid.
just dumping
They're
it.
just like
Yep.
doing social. They're just checking the box. It's dumb. I own a coconut oil business, and I put a coconut bra and grass skirt over a beach party. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Like that fits.
Yeah, with the logo or the
Yeah,
website,
with the
something.
logo, yeah, the logo on like the top right. But like, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, you got to realize who you're targeting as well. The
Yeah,
problem Snapchat is having is, the older people aren't. I see them starting to get on Snapchat, but you're missing a huge market because it's all the millennials and
yeah,
the younger
yeah.
kids.
Oh, if you're
So
old people, get on Facebook. You know?
right, exactly.
Yep,
Right.
yep,
There's all those different channels that target a better audience.
yep.
Um, the old people, man, they stay on Facebook.
Yeah,
Jeez.
they do.
Grandma knows exactly what you're doing every day because she checks 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day.
Love you, honey. God bless. In all the comments.
Every comment, man.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah, I had to call my grandma and say, hey, listen,
Listen, calm it down, Gma.
just text me.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, but yeah, man. So hey, just to wrap this thing up,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
got a couple questions for you,
Okay, shoot.
and like I said, I don't want this podcast to be just a bunch of questions. It's a typical interview. That's why I
Yeah,
wanted to dive into what you were doing and
yeah,
how
man.
you were doing it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that gives a lot of value.
Are
But
we is this going to be some rapid fire questions though? If so, I'm all about it. I love these.
oh, let's see what you got. Not too rapid fire, man. We
Okay.
could do like what comes to mind when I say one word.
Yep.
But no. So what is here's a deep one. I'll kick this off with a really deep one. You ready?
Uh huh.
What has been the greatest challenge in your life so far? Because dude, you've done a lot, man. I know you say, oh, I haven't done much, but you really have.
Yeah. Um. Doing what I know is right, as opposed to what other people tell me is right.
Okay. Yeah.
That by far is
That's pretty deep.
it's a continual challenge. It literally hits me every day, man. It's like I know what I want to do and I know what's right for me because I know myself.
Yeah.
because I'm extremely
Self-efficacy.
self-aware. Um, I do a lot of introspection, and I know what's good for me. And a lot of people love giving advice that's based on their outlook, their life situation, and and I see a
Personal
lot of people.
biases.
Yeah, I see a lot of people listen to advice like that
Yeah.
and make decisions that just don't make sense. They just don't make sense. Like so I would say that that's it. Sticking to your guns is a way to put it concisely. Sticking to my guns is
That's
hard.
pretty good.
It's hard.
Yeah, and trusting in yourself. I think one of the problems is, people have the wrong perception of advice. Okay,
Yeah.
I ask people that are like close, like before I bought a car, I called like 5 people. I wanted their input. It didn't mean I was gonna take it. I just wanted to
Yeah.
hear what they had to say.
Yeah.
So people feel like, oh, I don't want to ask for advice because I don't want to do it their way. Well, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You just want their input. What's their thought? Because everybody's thoughts are different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good. What changes would you like to see in the world besides more of your product being sold?
Yeah. Well, that's number one for sure. What changes what I want to see in the world? Um,
In the world, in the market, anything. Talk to me.
man. Oh gosh, there's so much stuff. I'm kind of, I guess it's kind of hard for me to answer this because I don't spend a lot of time dwelling on what's wrong in the world.
Right.
Um, so actually, I think that's kind of the answer. I think that people
Good.
need to stop dwelling.
Great answer.
Like people being stuck is the worst. Just get over it and move on.
No, that's good, dude.
Yeah.
Um, so how important are Facebook ads to a small business?
I think it depends on the business.
Good answer.
Um, if you're a business, if you're a local business, like a bricks and mortar kind of place, like my parents' business,
Yeah.
critical, 100%. Literally, it's the only option. Um, Instagram and Snapchat just don't make sense for them yet.
Yes. So
Yet,
tell. So
yet.
what is your parents' business?
They own a remodeling company. They're going to start doing construction here probably soon, and they do a lot of gutter too. So it's a bricks and
Yeah.
mortar kind of thing, and it's locally based. So it makes sense for them to like target in a certain location.
Right.
That just makes sense, man. But on
Yeah, they
top
don't
of
need to
that,
be tweeting.
like, well, I think something that we could do a whole podcast on is business development, like the
Yeah,
idea of connecting with businesses in the local area to find win-win solutions that help both of you.
that's true.
That's another huge thing.
Dang, that's a big project.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
So what are your personal thoughts on just Snapchat? I know we talked about it, but what are your personal thoughts on just the future of Snapchat?
I just can't help but think that Snapchat like they haven't innovated. So they've innovated a little bit. Have you seen the search functionality?
No, I
You can
haven't.
search keywords now, and it'll bring up random people's stories that have those keywords in it. Kind of,
Oh,
kind of.
really? Okay,
So,
that's
so,
different.
so I'm interested in that. I'm interested in um, what they're going to change next because all these changes have been real low key. Um, yeah, I think so. I think they're doing a good job of pivoting into a brand, like them going to the company Snap, creating these spectacles. I wouldn't be surprised if they
Hmm.
started making other merchandise that somehow was integrated with the app.
Right.
That would make
True.
sense to me. And if it
True.
catches, if it gains traction, then you got a whole nother beast. Then then they
True.
start competing with Apple and Samsung, in addition to Facebook. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they've developed the user base,
What
man.
if what
What
if
is
you
it?
see what if you see a
170?
Snapchat TV where you can throw your Snapchat to a TV? You know what I mean? Like direct,
Yeah,
literally
something
just
crazy. Right.
swipe up and it goes to the TV, like something like that,
Right.
you know.
Um, what what's your craziest West Point story?
I you know what Aussie repelling is?
No.
Actually, no, that's not even. So I'll give you two. Two for the price of one. I Aussie
Ooh, let's
repel,
get it.
which is basically where you tie a rope around yourself and you repel face first down off a tower. We did that in the middle of the night. We climbed up one of the top of the buildings, tied off to a railing, and repelled down the building. totally not allowed. Um, we also, my buddies, and I helped them get them onto campus, stole the Naval Academy's goats one year. So they found them in a farm in Maryland. They drove down in the middle of the night, put them in a U-Haul truck, drove them up to West Point. I met them outside the gate, um, and then we walked them in, and we put them in the truck and drove them around, and we staged them so that the entire campus would see them right after an Army Navy brief.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So
And how real quick though, how big is that the rivalry? Army and Navy, just football in general. How big is
it's
that?
everything, man.
Everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to hear it from someone that went to
It's
West Point.
literally
Um,
beat Navy every day.
what do you think? We won't ask about the Air Force, man. I want to start.
I ain't never been.
What are your thoughts on higher education,
I think
college?
that over the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to change significantly because people are going to start. A thing that I feel like the internet has changed and social media more so has changed is that things that have been not necessarily lied about, but like false narratives are coming to
Okay.
the surface a lot more frequently. For example, like the idea that going to college prepares you for the workforce. I, I don't see how that could possibly, with what the classes that I took and the way I like learned in college. Did I
Yeah.
learn some interesting things? Sure. Did it prepare me to start a business and sell stuff? No. Like, and that's what every business is. In every business you're in, you are selling something, either whether it's a product or a service, to someone else. And school does not prepare you to sell. Straight.
Right. That's what school misses is they don't teach you how to
Yeah.
sell. Right.
Yeah.
Correct. That's what Grant Cardone always talks about, and he's
Yeah.
right, man. Um, the only thing I really have learned from my marketing classes, to be completely honest, how to make a survey.
No.
That's it.
No.
That's it. How to make a survey. I could have got on.
Yeah,
I
you
could have
know
googled
how
that
you
one.
make a survey? You just like post on Twitter or like do a survey on. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah. So
Like
we have
do a
you got the polls on Twitter
yeah,
now,
or
right?
like do a
They were
survey monkey and send it to 1,000 people. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. We learned how to do SurveyMonkey and Qualtrics. Qualtrics is good. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but dude, like for the amount of money I'm paying for a class to learn how to do a survey,
yeah.
whatever, man. That's terrible. Last question, man. What's your thoughts on this entrepreneurship degree?
Um.
So my college is putting together Wright State University is putting together a entrepreneurship
I'll
degree.
ask this because I don't have a ton of the context for it. Do you have to start a business and make a profit in order to graduate?
No, no, I don't think that's no.
And
They're what
then you're not you're you're still not ready. You know what I mean?
their whole philosophy, I believe. Now I could be wrong. From what I'm seeing, it's kind of early, but from what I'm seeing is well, most colleges already have this degree. I didn't know that, but what I'm seeing is they're going to teach you the basics of marketing, accounting. They're going to kind of give you finance. They're going to kind of give you a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I just
But
don't see why that needs a full 4 year degree when now
they're trying to take your money.
all you need to do to run a business, all I do, I sit down, I figure out what products I'm going to make. I get on Photoshop, I adjust my label to make like to those products. I come up with a name, I like make the product itself, and then I sit in my bed and I DM Instagram influencers all day. And then I ship
Right.
shit. You can bleep me again, and that's it. That's that
No.
that's all
Yeah.
that I do.
Yeah. Did you need to go to college for
No.
that? And we're hoping that you have a lot of success, man. I'm hoping it really develops and grows. I know you're in the first phase, but you're getting there. And 80 influencers, man, that's a lot. Holy crap. Um, Yeah, so the entrepreneurship degree, man, they better hire me to teach a class or something. Uh, that's ridiculous. If and I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to talk too much, but you're getting hustled. If you get that degree and you don't start a business or something, you're gonna get hustled, man, by the college. So I just can't imagine going to school, paying for it, right, and then getting a business and then getting a loan for that. You might as well just drown in financial debt.
Yep.
So, but yeah, man. Where can they find you on social media?
It's at Brad_backhand, all one word.
Yeah, backhand, man. You threw me off because I know your last name is Bashan. So you know how dyslexic I am. I'm trying to read it. I'm like backhand. No, it's Bashan.
No, it's a lot of C's and K's all crammed together.
Holy crap. Okay, man. Well, hey, thanks for dropping in today, man. I'll see you in June.
Yeah. Hey,
we're gonna hit the beach or something.
We'll do.
Hopefully I'll catch all the fish this time,
Yeah,
man.
dude. It should be a good time. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Bradley. I'll talk to you later, man. And that's it for episode 2 of the Heavy Hitters Podcast.